Rhodes Wrestling Academy getting ready for Starrbash, which is kind of an all-star showcase showing off the best of the graduates from the Rhodes Wrestling Academy. That's coming up this Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Get it on the Rhodes Wrestling Academy YouTube channel. And two individuals that will factor heavily into that fine event. Join me now, live in studio. It is the latest in the chapter of the Rhodes legacy, Wayne and Wyatt Rhodes and their mother and the sister of the Natural Dustin Rhodes, Kristen. Hi, y'all.
Hey, Stu. How's it going?
How y'all doing?
Good. We're good.
Let's talk for a second about. Let's start with. So, as I mentioned, you're the next chapter. You're coming off of the legacy that started with the late great American Dream Dusty Rhodes. What kind of pressure does that put on you with what your grandfather had, what your uncles have done in the business, and now you guys are the next in that line?
Well, there's a lot of pressure on that, and
Put that mic right up to you. There you go.
right there.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of pressure on us, and we come out. We've only been in this for, I would say, three to 4 months. So, there's a lot expected, but we really are only just beginning. There has not been more than what has been put in 3 months. So, we plan to keep working at it, but right now the pressure's high for something we've worked for, but. It's going to take a lot more time.
And Wayne, I mean, this is going to be something. I mean, so you guys went through, you went through high school sports at Lago Vista, which has a great athletic program. You're now at UT. But this is something, I mean, it was kind of just inbred into your family, right?
It was. It's been around our family our entire lives, and it's always been there throughout our lives, and we haven't done anything with it, and now we finally stepped into it, and it's become a huge impact on our lives. And this match coming up, the bunkhouse match, this means a lot to our family, and the pressure towards that, there's a lot, but there isn't at the same time, because our family, we're used to those matches, and we live on a ranch, and we're used to that.
Well, your grandfather created the
That's
match.
right.
He was the one that started the bunkhouse stampede back in the day.
Yes, sir.
Kristen, I'm going to ask you, because not only are you Dustin's sister, but you're their mother.
Right.
So what does this mean to you as far as, again, the family legacy, but at the same time, these are your boys?
Well, it's a different scenario this time around. I mean, growing up in this business, watching my father and, Dustin fulfill their dreams has been, completely different than, having your boys finally, step up and say, hey, Mom, we want to try this out. Exciting, nerve-wracking, all of the above. But, let them have a taste of it and see what it brings to the table. And the expectations are very high. There's people that expect a lot of them and out of them, and they are natural at what they do. And, again, it's very exciting, but nerve-wracking as a mom. So I'm just going to try to let them do their thing and, be protective when I need to be. But just looking forward to see what they can do.
Well, and that's kind of the thing. So let me ask you, Wyatt. When did you realize that you wanted to be a pro wrestler? When did you decide you wanted to follow in the footsteps of Dusty and Dustin and Cody and do what they do?
Well, it wasn't just a one-day decision per se. It was more of over time. It grew more and more of a realization of why not get in and try this? Why not step in the ring and do this? And it really was over the span of many years, but the one thing that really hit it off and clicked it, I would say, was during my last semester of high school. I decided not to play baseball and to pursue in this, and it was more of a realization of, hey, I've seen a lot going on TV, a lot of new big pop, and I wanted to, kind of get in. I thought it was time. I was 18 and might as well give it a shot. So
Well, and that's a big decision because Lago Vista has a fantastic baseball program. They're one of the tops in the state.
For sure.
I understand. I know that well, having followed high school sports for a long time. Wayne, for you, I mean, you're a year or two ahead. Like I said, you're in college now. You're at the University of Texas. But for you, was this was it like Wyatt? This kind of a gradual just. You knew that it was going to happen eventually, or was it one day you woke up and said, okay, that's what I want to do?
So the biggest thing was our Uncle Dustin opening the school, and we came to the showcases before. We were in Showcase 10, and we came and watched most of the ones before that. And when he first got that, it was kind of like, okay, this is a real possibility. It's close to home, and we will train one day. And my brother, he wanted to do it in his last semester of high school, and I told him I want to do it with you. And so that's when we decided, let's do it. We're athletes, and so we knew we could handle it, and it's ever since then we've been into it. So
Let me ask about you went through Camp 10, again participated in Showcase 10.
yes, sir.
I know there are plans for future trainings. I know that somewhere down the road, the Nightmare Factory is probably a part of that with your other uncle Cody. But let me ask you, and I kind of know the answer because I heard it so many times from like Diamond Dallas Page and other veterans. What is it you want to achieve as a pro wrestler? I mean, besides the world titles and such, what is the expectation of what you want to do in pro wrestling?
For me, it's all about not just living up to our family, but entertaining our family, my friends, fans of the Rhodes, anybody. That's the most important thing to me, and me and my brother are entertainers, and that's what we love. And so entertaining others and seeing the reactions of others is the biggest thing for me, and I love that, and I'm so excited for that in pro wrestling. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Kristen, I know that this Starrbash, they're involved in this tag title match, a bunkhouse match. Again, as I mentioned, created by your father. This is not your typical catch-as-catch-can wrestling match. How nervous are you for them being in a match like a bunkhouse match, knowing what it's all about, having seen them, and seeing practically every member of your family go through that match?
Well, sitting on the first row in the 1970s as a very small child, and it was a sight. It was something I will never forget. It was something that is embedded in your brain, and you look at it and you think, oh my gosh, I'm a young child, and this is just, I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. I mean, this is my father. This is what he does. Back then, as you know, Stu, it was so incredibly, I don't want to say gruesome is the word, but it was just intense. I mean, it's intense today, but back then in the 70s, I mean, it was raw. It was just, my father was just the very best at what he did. And, when he got that bull rope out, I mean, I was just bending down in the seat, like crawling under the seat. And, there is nothing like a wrestling fan in this world, especially in the Tampa Bay area. Mm-hmm. I mean, at the Armory in Tampa, there is nothing like a wrestling fan there.
Well, that was one of the signature venues of pro wrestling.
My brother's just like on the edge of his seat, and I'm like crouched down, thinking, "Oh my God, what is happening here?" And the bull rope, and I see them every day, and they're my babies, but they're grown men. Yeah. They're athletes. They have, ever since day one, Uncle Dustin opened up this school, they have been primed for this. They've been wanting to train as brothers. They are best friends. Yeah. They know what they're doing. They have learned from the best. I trust him.
Let me ask you.
But I'm a nervous wreck, Stu.
I'm sorry. Let me ask you guys. And of course, I just forgot the question. But let me ask you, and one at a time. Best piece of advice you've gotten from Dustin, either through Camp 10 or even at a family gathering.
Well, we might have the exact same answer. I don't know, but I can tell you that it's not just us that he's told us to. It's everybody in this business, but it's two words, and it's slow down. Because everything you do even in life, you know,
Yeah.
you got to slow down, take time in what you do. But in a ring, there's so much going on that you have to slow down and not just think about the next move, think about what you're about to do, but you have to think about the crowd, the people around you, and what you're feeling
Yeah.
in per se in that moment. But really slow down is the biggest thing I could have ever gotten out of this whole thing, because it portrays to life and in the ring.
Yeah. Wayne, would you agree with that? I mean,
I would agree with that, but also one word, passion, is something that came up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he would say, if you're not passionate about it, what are you doing in this business?
Yeah.
Because you will not make it in this business. And there's two words that he would say also is keep stepping, and it says it in his school, and so is the same thing with passion. Those are so important to our family, and without those, and without moving forward and overcoming the obstacles, you will not make it in this business. And so it's a tough business, and we've learned that as we've started to get into it. So
yeah. And Kristen,
It's a long road. It's a tough
Yeah.
road. I mean, you know, growing up in this business with my father, it is a long, hard, tough road, and they know it. You know, they know what it's like. They know what's going on. So, you know, I'm a pretty tough, strict mom. I mean, I'm pretty tough on them. So, you know, but they're grown men, and you know, I kind of let it be, because if I tell them when they walk out the door, oh, you can't wrestle, oh, you can't be this, oh, you can't be that, it's like my mom in my ear telling my brother that. That didn't end well. And look at him today. So am I going to do that? No. But do I want to arm them with the tools and say, hey, maybe you need to think about this, or maybe you need to think about that? But the thing about my boys is I trust them and they trust me. They know that they can come to me and say, hey, Mom, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about this? And I'm going to tell them straight up. They may not like the answer, and I may tell them to go talk to their Uncle Cody or Uncle Dustin. But in the long run, we trust each other, we have a relationship, and they need to know. I know, as a woman, because I've witnessed everything firsthand down the road, I know what I'm talking about. So just come to me, and I will try to help you, you know?
Yeah.
But,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
anyway,
Rhodes
excited, Stu. I'm excited.
I bet you are. I know we are. Rhodes Wrestling Academy Starrbash coming up this Sunday.
Go Cowboys.
Oh yeah, I gotta add. That's right. Before I end this. So
I'm
Kristen,
sorry, go Cowboys.
little known. Well, I don't know if it's little known, but you are a former Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. You do watch the Cowboys. You do follow the Cowboys.
I do.
What do you think? Because it is sports guys talking wrestling. What do you think of what the Cowboys have done, not only in the draft but in free agency?
Well, you know, you can't be a part-time Cowboys fan, and that's what I tell everybody. We were just in Cancun. Oh, I love your Cowboys hat. Well, I don't know if they can pull it out this year. You know, everybody says that. Well, you can't be a part-time Cowboys fan. You are a Cowboys fan for life. And my son knows how I feel about Dak Prescott.
Okay.
I don't even want to go into that. But, you know, we need a team leader, and we need that team leader to step up and bring that team up, just like Emmett and Irvin and
Troy
Aikman.
Yeah.
We need
get
that
that.
trio back. And are we going to get that back? I don't know. Everybody just gives Jerry Jones a bad rap. Jerry Jones has been in this business since been the leader since '89. He's not going anywhere, folks.
No.
He's not going anywhere.
No, you're right.
You know, he's made some bad decisions. He's made some great decisions. He needs a new coaching staff. Stu, this is a whole nother podcast.
Okay, we will do that soon.
All
But for
right.
now, as I said, Starrbash coming up this Sunday on the Rhodes Wrestling Academy YouTube channel. Wayne and Wyatt Rhodes, Kristen, I am so glad I got the chance to talk to you guys. All the best to everybody.
Thank you, Stu.
All the best to y'all. Good luck, and we'll talk again soon.
Appreciate it.